Fluid balance is controlled by a number of mechanisms, and those are governed by the hormones cortisol, insulin, and aldosterone mainly, with secondary impacts of estrogen and progesterone ratios on top. You've also then got a few things that will make underlying issues with water retention worse, but they are enhancers of the issue. They aren't the causes, which is why treating those only really has short-term effects. So firstly, stress. From over-exercising, poor sleep, excess stimulation, poor dietary choices, or whatever your stresses are, they spike our cortisol levels and make our body inflamed and hold on to sodium. The result is swollen ankles and abdominal water retention, as well as a puffy face for some people too. Cortisol is also going to raise insulin and aldosterone levels, which both then further increase sodium retention, which makes the swelling worse. You can also just have raised insulin levels if your blood sugar isn't well balanced by not having enough protein and fibre in your diet relative to your carbohydrate choices, or again, being underrested or overstimulated. Structurally, we're talking about the strength of your tissues, and this is dictated by collagen status. As we age, if collagen intake is insufficient, if we're going through perimenopause or are postmenopausal, or if, like me, you're hypermobile, your tissues will not stand up to the effects of gravity, leading to pooling of fluid over the course of a day. This vibrating plate and supplemental collagen can solve this issue totally. So stagnation of lymph in the tissues is usually from a lack of movement, and that will layer on top, as lymph can only be shifted around the body by contracting our muscles. If we have long periods of inactivity, it will just sit still and collect. Again, this vibrating plate, or adding in exercise breaks like doing some calf raises, taking the stairs, doing a few squats or lunges by your desk every hour or so, as well as dry brushing and swimming, are great to overcome this. With sodium, it's its ratio to our other electrolytes, as that will dictate how fluid moves around the body. All of those bits above drive us to hold onto sodium at the expense of our other electrolytes, so it's crucial to work on managing those things, but also supplementing your electrolytes in balanced ratios. And lastly, our reproductive hormones. Estrogen promotes fluid retention, however, it should ideally be balanced out by progesterone, which is a natural diuretic, meaning it helps us to flush fluid out through the kidneys. But progesterone is super sensitive to stress levels, falls just before our period, and often declines faster in perimenopause, which allows estrogen to dominate and cause water retention. Now, not all of these will apply to everyone, but hopefully you'll be able to pick out what is causing your problems and solve them for good.